an inhaler for Corona now.
Yeah,
So
but yeah, that's for this. That's for this pandemic that we just went
oh,
through.
okay,
They
okay,
talking
cool.
about it's getting ready to be another pandemic,
True
and
that.
it's about, yeah, they finna force everybody to get a vaccine regardless. Let me
Shit.
say,
Hey,
yeah,
we going
so
to war then, baby. I ain't gonna let me quit talking so crazy on here.
yeah, so they like
Yeah,
when the next
keep going.
they like when the next pandemic come through, they need President Biden and all these other countries to get all their people on board with getting vaccinated.
Hmm.
So yeah, and so this what they talking about might happen before Joe Biden get out of office. So this shit could be coming soon.
He gotta go, man. This shit crazy.
So y'all gotta watch yourself, watch what you eat, man. I think a lot of that sickness come through the food that we eat, man.
And,
So
and the water we drink as well.
yeah, so indeed, so like
Don't drink
that's
that
what
sweet water, man.
like the flat earth and all that shit, it is what it is, but like these folk really trying to kill us. So that's the kind of shit I be on. I gotta grow your own food, grow your little you know what I mean, potatoes and shit. Potatoes good for you, man. Just eat fucking potatoes every day. Eat some apples, nigga. Vegetables. That's the shit. This kind of shit. I'm on some kale. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cause eating that meat, a lot of meat fucking niggas up, and a
Yeah, I'm
lot of the
vegan. I'm
yeah,
vegan.
the pesticide sprayed on the all that shit. We eating that shit, man.
Yeah. I done started growing my stuff indoors so that way in about 30 days
Yeah.
I can put it in the garden outside. So
Yeah, that's where it's at, right?
You only have one problem with that. You only have one problem with that, and yet
with
actually gives us the ability to develop brain synapses and so this is one of the reasons why eating meat is a part of our diet, and eating fish, for instance, is loaded with tons of omega-3 fatty acids. That's brain food. Okay, you're not going to
so is
get that out of
almonds
kale,
and
brother.
different nuts.
And we
And
need
It's
more
good
brain
if it
food
ain't
than
GMO.
we ever need.
you don't have to eat fish to get omega threes. Omega threes are almonds, all type of nuts. Two, all meat is cancerous. So you're telling me the only way that I could survive is to eat a cancerous item and keep putting that in my body? No. Two, our guts aren't designed to eat meat. We're not natural meat eaters. We don't cook our meat. We're the only species on earth that cooks their meat or their food, period. We did that because it wasn't meant for us, and this is the only way that we could consume it. Natural
It
meat
tastes
eaters
good,
chase
yeah.
their food down. You're not a natural meat eater. You don't see a cow walk by and get hungry. You don't see a chicken walk by and your stomach start growling. You see some fries. We're trained meat eaters. Even a baby will take an apple over the burger. Fresh out the womb. It's not
Right.
like our stomach. Again, I went to school for health. I have a degree in for this shit. So that's my nerd study. I love that shit. I'll debate that shit all day. Uh, I got a degree in family health, in nutrition and family health. So
Yeah, I'll say this. Yeah, I do nutrition. I've been in nutrition,
yeah, red meat's a cancer.
and
It's all on the
personal
American. You
training
can
is
type it in. Does milk
the
cause
body
cancer? Red
does
meat cause
require
cancer? It's on the
some
American
protein
Cancer
and stuff
Society's website.
that plants cannot provide. Uh,
Plants
People,
cannot
I'm getting
provide what?
problem with my
Can you
audio.
answer me? Plants cannot provide
So
what? Specific.
hard self.
Excuse me?
Omega-3 fatty acids are necessary for and that goes in all mammals, right? So while our stomachs and stuff may not necessarily
You
be
looking at that
more or less
dietary chart?
eating
Pull
more
it up for him, man.
vegetation
Pull
and
it
stuff
up.
like that.
Omega-3
However, you look at any
You
primate,
must be looking at that
you see that
dietary
they
chart.
also eat insects. They ate all kinds of things. When you eat any plant life, pardon self, brother. When you eat any plant life, you're eating with it. You're eating the insect. There's particles of animals. Every single plant that you eat,
You can
you
eat
cannot
insects.
wash off all of the insect byproducts that are on those
Insects
plants.
ain't bad for you.
And so
You're
to
not
say
eating.
that
You're not
we're
eating
not
meat.
meat eaters, that we're not
You're not killing
no,
other
sir.
sentient
I think
beings for your
that's pseudo.
survival. I don't think God put us here to kill other sentient beings for our survival. So I mean, that's just my opinion, and I do have the science to back that up. That eating meat isn't consistent with our biochemistry. That eating meat is the root for all of the diseases that you have. Again, people say that we have to eat meat, but then these are the people that have heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and I'm supposed to take these people serious when they're meat eaters. It's just like I can't. These things can't live inside. Certain things you just won't have on a vegan diet. I'm not going to have high blood pressure unless somebody's making me upset, because when you get upset, the ions hurl to the outermost part of the atom and you start to produce sodium chloride. So just by being around annoying people,
vegan
you
who
start
actually
to produce
died
salt.
from all of the things you just described.
Excuse me?
And he was a total vegan most of his life. He was an older gentleman who lived like 20 years, 30 years as a vegan, and he died from hypertension and
High
heart
blood
disease.
Who?
Yeah, he did.
Can you say his name again?
Yeah, it is a story on that. It is a story on them.
Can you say that again?
It was a vegan guy. He died. I can't remember the whole story, but go tell him again. I read something about that shit.
One guy died. One vegan.
Okay. Well, y'all are
I mean, it still happens.
Hypertension, high
from
blood pressure,
hypertension, diabetes.
vegetables.
Y'all have gout.
We might
Y'all
not
have
have the
cancer. We're
same,
black men. We are
probability
leading
of
the
it.
race in
Yeah,
heart
it's
disease right
happening.
now. 50% of black men are going to have colon cancer, and you only get colon cancer when you're shoving meat in your body. You don't get colon cancer on a vegan diet. It's impossible to get colon cancer. Oh my God, y'all are just. I mean, unless there's environmental aspects,
Bro, you can
you're not
die
going to get it
too much
from
water.
having too much meat stuffed in your ass and not having an enema for all your life.
I think
Like,
that's
this is how you
absurd.
get colon cancer.
I think that's a speculative.
Nah, but let's be honest.
If you're eating a lot of meat that have a lot of pardon stuff, brother, I can't hear anybody when I'm trying to talk. For some reason, my mic and stuff is all messed up. My mic and my audio. So pardon self. Yeah, go ahead, y'all. I'm gonna try to catch up with y'all because I can't hear.
Yeah, but if we be honest though, like I'm vegetarian, and I was vegan. I even went raw food. I lived off the grid, all that. And I still am vegetarian right now. But however, I do want to say that Zion made a good point. Somebody mentioned microorganisms earlier. There's a reason why it's birds and the bees. They spread pollen. There are microorganisms on food, especially when you don't cook those vegetables. And so we just have to say, yeah, that's true. We don't need to deny that scientifically because somebody can pull out a microscope and show them to you crawling around on there. You're going to see them. And then ain't no way to deny it. So
our stomach acid can kill those microorganisms. What our stomach acid isn't strong enough to kill is
some of them symbiotic.
Salmonella. These things, those things could be on there too, but they would still have to come in contact with some other, you can't just eat raw meat. You're gonna freaking die. You're gonna have salmonella.
Yeah.
Lion stomach acid is acidic enough to kill all of that. Two, a stomach like the tracks of meat eaters, their stomachs are only like 8 feet long. Like, so that way the meat swiftly passes.
Bro, I'm saying you're preaching to the choir. I'm a vegetarian. I understand all of that stuff about the digestive system and all of that. What I'm saying is we have to understand, do you eat plankton?
Yeah, I eat plankton. It's a starchy, but I try to stay away from the starches, but I do, that's how I keep my weight on myself.
No, I'm saying plankton from the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, plankton. I thought you were talking about plankton. Plankton.
Yeah, plankton.
I never went and bought plankton.
Okay. Okay, seaweed?
Yes.
Then any of these got fish particles on it when you eat it. But you don't eat meat, and I don't eat meat. But any of these get all of their nutrients, which they grow and they filter their nutrients through dead fish and animals and stuff like that. And you can taste the fish and seaweed. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Sea moss. What I got over here too? I got some.
Anything you like that.
Fish. I got all that stuff over here.
Yeah, so I mean, we just gotta admit that we don't eat the meat, but we need to admit that this scientifically is taking place with the food. That's all I was saying. I wasn't trying to do
But
nothing else.
you were saying scientifically meat takes place with our food, with our vegetables?
No, I said science. Yeah, science. It's like being in a process of plant. You know how I say this thing may contain nuts or this thing may contain tree parts or whatever. Then because you get the sea moss and the seaweed from the ocean where the fish live and where the fish die, and they grow from the fish bones and the fish death, and so they are infused. Right, their life is dependent upon the death of fish and other animals in order to grow and to produce seaweed. They don't just, filter sunlight. So they actually live in the water hydroponically.
Okay,
Makes sense.
I think y'all are petty picking, but I don't want to go back and forth about it.
No, I'm saying, okay, take this as bees.
No, I
Okay,
understand,
do
and
you
I
eat
hear, I
honey?
completely
Do
understand.
you eat
And I
honey?
don't
Do you
see
eat
that on the
honey?
back of my package, and I
Do
thoroughly
you
read
eat
the fine
honey?
print. Yeah, I eat honey.
Do you eat honey?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you know where honey comes from?
Yes.
Bees. Okay, now
It's
if
they
you
throw up.
smash a bee, it's gonna bleed. If you smash
throw
a
up.
bee, it's gonna bleed blood. Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay. That's right. If you smash a bee, though, it's gonna bleed blood. It's good throw up. I love honey. So if you smash a bee, it's gonna bleed blood. Blood. So now, a bee is a type of insect, right? Say animal, it bleeds. So that's where you get your honey from. But honey what? Honey is not from trees. Honey
Honey
is
is
not
not from a
from
mammal.
plants.
So
It's from bees throw up.
No, it's not
I
from a
still think
mammal.
it's
But
vegan.
I'm saying that it's not vegetarian and it's not vegan because it don't come from
You're
plants.
right. And
It
again,
comes from
y'all
bees.
are petty picking though. I know that though. You're absolutely right though. Y'all are just petty picking right now. But there are things I
Bees
consume
throw
that
up.
aren't.
Ain't nobody petty picking. That's
Okay.
reality. I ain't gonna let you get away with that. No, I ain't gonna let you say I'm petty picking.
Okay. What else is vegan then
I'm
that I
teaching
eat that's
science.
not really vegan? Because I do consume a couple things that aren't vegan. Then, if you want to be technical, sometimes I'll
No,
get a
see, I
tortilla,
told you.
a regular flour
No,
tortilla.
no, no. You just
I've been raw
you
food
can't
for years, so I had to examine what I was eating and take and look at it.
eat animal life.
I asked the one guy what meat doesn't provide, and I didn't get that answer. I mean, what vegetables don't provide. He said meat provides something. All I heard was omega-3s, and we can get those from nuts and different things.
Yeah, you're right. And meat, you're right about the cancers and the carcinogens and the uric acid in the meat and all the hormones. But now watch this. This is what I want to say about that. You know now, it's entire countries in Africa that's fighting against people like Monsanto and in South America
Man,
and in the
bro,
United States,
they
fighting against
supersede.
them.
Oh,
That's right.
I've
So
been breaking.
now all of the seeds that's being used to grow the plants that people eat, and even the seeds that you buy to grow on your own, have already been GMO. So this
Well,
is becoming important because the doggone and the Hopi no longer keep the seed fast in the way they used to. Go ahead, bro.
there still are communities of people who've been doing it though. You can go on Amazon and you can type in some stuff on Google because there are people who really take that seed stuff really serious. And again,
Yeah,
I
I
can't
know,
verify
bro.
any of it. It's not like I'm gonna take their seed, bust out the microscope, because you're gonna say scientifically prove it. I'm not gonna do that. I have to take their word for that. So when they say that this seed has been here, for this, I am taking their word, and it could be a complete GMO. But at least I'm not eating meat. I'm just happy about that for the most part.
That's a
I
fact.
stay away from that. And it's like, how did I go vegan? I end up when Dr. Sebi passed away. I tried to prove him wrong. I started looking up all the patients he had, and I was like, dang, these are real people. I'm like, dang, these people are still alive. So I'm kind of like,
Do you do you eat?
but
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. This is the perfect time.
Do you eat? Do you eat like those products like Impossible Burgers, Morningstar, all the
When
vegan
they first
products?
came out,
Like soy.
when they first came out, I was ignorant and I tried them because that was around. I went vegan around 2016. So I did try them at first, and then I actually got to starting to look into the products and their ingredients. And no, I won't put that stuff in my body. Two, it's
Okay.
like they don't have any cholesterol, but what they do have is like a lot of sodium. So you know
Yeah, they're
you're
high in
you're giving up
sodium.
one thing for another. So okay, they don't have fat because it's not meat. You know, it's made of peas and a bunch of other BS. It's not gonna be no fat for real in there. But now they're chucking it full of sodium to give it some flavor, and you know, and so I'm just compromising one aspect
Right.
for another. When I looked at the nutrition guide, plus the actual ingredients, like I just want to eat from nature. I feel like eating from nature is part of my spirituality. Like I believe in a higher power. I believe he created this system perfectly by design. I'm not a sky daddy person and I don't do any religion at all. Like you're gonna see me pretty much bashing religion. But I do believe in a higher power, and I think this system was created perfectly by design for us to sustain ourselves here. And I don't think we have to kill anything to live. When the first person got here, they didn't come here with knowledge of how to build a tool or hunt anything. They didn't have the tools on them to do
Except the
anything or hunt
lettuce.
anything. All we have the tools to do is pick, peel, and eat. We don't have canines to tear flesh. We have canines to tear the flesh of fruit, not canines like a dog or a lion to rip meat. We don't have the stomach acid, or we don't have the digestion for it. Even though I know you already agree with me, I'm not sure if the other brother's still on here. It's just, you know, but if you eat meat, you know, as long as you get the knowledge, so when something happens, you know what to do.
But see, the thing that I do battle against is that see, I'm vegan and I'm vegan by choice, but I don't really take it as a part of my spirituality. I take it as a part of my health, but not, you know what I'm saying? I know people will say, well, your health is part of your spirituality. What is Babylon talking about? That, but that's a personal concept. But for
That is a
those who
personal
really
concept
listen to what I'm
because
saying, to those who really listen to what I'm saying, they'll understand what I mean. But I don't really tie because, like I put it like this, that over the years, it's been so many people that and I've met and I've been a part of their culture. Like I said, my ex-wife was Navajo. So you know what she said one time? I'm gonna cut the story short. But she said to me, she said to somebody, she said, well, like the sheep that we eat only eat the grass that we grow. So what is the sheep? If you are what you eat, then what is the sheep? The sheep
you're,
can't be nothing but grass because the sheep don't eat nothing but grass. Now that's
uric
symbolic,
acid,
but
you're putting blood in your body, blood
listen, bro. I
sacrifice.
know this.
You know, I don't.
Golly, bro. Are you gonna let me finish?
I mean, I
Please.
see what they say when they,
Let me
you're
make this
long-winded, but go ahead.
this point. Let me
Go
make
ahead.
a point, bro. Don't just get all the so
I'm
about
sorry.
attention. Let
I
me
was trying to
teach you a
build.
little bit. Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let me teach just a little bit. I'm saying let me make a statement though. Let me make the
I'm gonna
statement.
mute up.
Then you can cut in and then jump on. Okay. So, but nonetheless, is that the point that I'm making is I don't make it a part of my spirituality, and nor do I think I'm better than other people just because I'm vegan. Nor do I look down on them or tell them like, "Ugh, that's nasty," or "Ugh, you shouldn't eat that," or "Ugh, it's got uric acid and all these things." Because I'm telling you, the same thing. You can get salmonella on a vegetable.
Yes,
The
true.
same thing you can get from chicken. Stop. You can get it from peanut butter. The same thing you can. So I mean, like these diseases that grow on anything. They just had a thing of infected tomatoes. Right now, the eggs are short because of what? Flu, bird flu. Stop, bro. So I
I
mean,
heard
like
it different. I heard it was the
the
feed that they were giving the chickens. Like every chicken who had this certain feed, like they stopped laying eggs. Like I was watching something different about it. But I'll check out your
well, I
story.
mean, bro, it's just like mad. It's just like COVID. It's just like mad cow disease. They was feeding the cows. Okay, they feeding them birds anything. Then you got people out there with their own coals spitting on the ground. Birds eat spit. These birds going back. They mate. They feed their babies wet. They just ate spit. They babies get flu. These birds are sick. Nonetheless, no matter how none of that's happening, it's happening. But it's the reason why they call it bird flu and swine flu and monkeypox. It's the reason why they name it after animals. It's the reason why they name it after a place like MERS, Middle Eastern respiratory sickness, SARS, Saudi Arabian respiratory sickness, and now COVID, which is Asian respiratory sickness.
I
like
see.
that.
Wait,
So yeah.
I've never heard that, and I'm not gonna call you pseudo. I'm just like, where did you get that from?
No, I'm saying, did you know that? Wait, hold up. Did you know it's a disease called MERS?
Yeah, I know about
Middle
everything
Eastern
you said.
Respiratory
The
Syndrome?
acronyms that you put after
Okay, wait,
them.
stop right there. Stop right there. So you know about that. Now, did you know it's a disease called SARS?
Yes, sir. When you said the Saudi
So what does
Arabia after it, that's what threw me.
okay, so what does the SA in SARS stand for?
I just, like I said, I have no clue, but now I'm about to look it up because you said that, and I didn't know that was it. So I just want to verify it before.
No, I'm saying no. I'm saying to you that it sounds pseudo to you, but I want you to see that when you move from one thing to another thing to a third thing to a fourth thing, it's no longer
I
pseudo. It's
don't
something
think it's Saudi Arabia.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
No, I know it's not, bro. I'm
Let me
saying,
just build.
okay, look, bro. If I said, okay, if I said that, you know. Well, I don't want to do that because that's too much math. But the point is that whatever we eat, no matter whether it's vegetables or whether it's food, meat, it's all gonna have the mark. It's all been stamped. It's all been processed. It's all been grown and sown specifically for us. And we should not think that we better or we're escaping something. All we can basically do is hope for the best over our food, like they hope for the best over their food. That's just the honest truth.
That's the
Now,
vibes
if
you
you
getting,
say
that I
your
think I'm better.
spirituality, no, I ain't getting that vibe from you. No. No. You said you use your spirituality. I addressed that part. I said I don't think that it's a part of my spirituality. Fasting is a part of my spirituality, not being vegan. Now, as far as one of the things in the Bible when they say, the fruit with the herbs are for the healing of the nation, eat the herbs with the seeds in themselves, and the vegetables and plants and the fruit with the seed within itself. I obey that. I understand that that's science. Like that was saying, don't eat the GMO. Don't eat seedless oranges. Don't eat seedless watermelons. Don't eat seedless lemons. And that's what a lot of vegans are eating. They go to restaurants, they drinking fruit punch, they drinking healthy fruit punch, they think it's healthy and it's seedless.
Mhm.
So then now that's no longer vegan. That's GMO. I look at most of the products like Morning Star, like Possible Burgers, all those, and they ain't trying to put them on blast. Like there's thousands of them. So you can name any of them. We should name more of them so that don't nobody think I'm just naming those two. That's all I can really think of right now.
Yeah, that's all I
But
can really think of too. They're the most famous.
nevertheless, you can read some of most of the packaging, and it'll tell you. It reads on there, made with GMO product, GMO ingredient. It reads it on the box
Yeah.
of these products on
They're even
all
getting
of them.
looser with these
So
labels now too. It's sad.
yeah, so when they say they vegan, when we say we vegan, bro, when we say we raw food and then we vegetarian, just know, be humble. That's all I'm saying. Not you. I'm saying
I know if you're
us.
vegan all day,
Be
you get about
humble.
2 tablespoons of fertilizer.
Facts.
That's what they tell you. So you're still getting. I know you're getting something. I'm just thinking about in my
Right. You
old
get
age.
insect-
I don't want to be on 10
insect-
medications like some of my family members. Like my mom was on a bunch of medications. Her doctor told her she didn't go vegan. It was gonna be bad for her. She's down to 2 now. Just by completely
That's because
switching
of
her
the
diet.
African American. That's because of the African American.
African-American.
Hey, I'm gonna be pseudo.
A lot of salts, a lot of
What
salts.
kind of diet?
Yeah, a lot of fried food,
Not
a
supposed
lot of salts.
to be eating like for instance, African American diet, fried foods, chitlins, certain parts of the body that most people didn't eat.
Yeah, that slave diet.
Towards,
I don't know if you hit the Dr. Africa.
Yeah,
He breaks
right.
that down
So
pretty
we
well.
talk about yeah. So when you talk about even with like the vegan thing, it prevent some form of
Don't move around, Diane. Don't move around. You breaking up. Don't move around.
actual ability. Yeah. Okay, by yourself.
I don't hear you. I didn't even hear one sentence you said. I'm trying to
Yeah, if he come back in, we need to try to tell him that don't move around. I think he's probably like either rocking back and forth or walking back and forth, and he losing his connection. Probably if he just sits still, he'll be able to talk because we can hear
yeah.
him. It's
When
just
I give
breaking up.
when I do give people the knowledge on veganism, you know, I got to give them the straight cut truth, but I tell them there's levels to this shit. Like, know where you are, know where you want to be, you know, and do what's comfortable for you. Just because you see me doing it, don't mean you got to do it. And I tell people before you take anything away, you know, half of y'all don't even eat vegetables. You need to just be adding vegetables to your diet before you try to cut meat off. You know, you have to wean yourself into anything. Like, this process shouldn't be done cold turkey. And like, I explain all that to people though. But like some people, you know, as long as people, I just want people to have the knowledge so that way, if they want to heal themselves, they have the option to, because I feel like it's been stolen from us and we're given a food pyramid. And like I've heard somebody say they ain't built a pyramid a day in their life. They give us this food pyramid with all the things that are causing cancer on it from top to bottom. And the healthiest thing that's on there is the smallest portion of what you get throughout the day, which really should be
Right.
your base.
But see, when it comes to this subject, man, I'll get too pseudo because I'll be too pseudo because
It's okay.
you
Go
know,
ahead.
like
At least you warned me. At least you warned me.
it's male and female diet. Like, for instance, like, you know, like me personally, I don't eat fruit. Like, you know, like apples, oranges, bananas, all that. You know, they rust right there as soon as you open it. As soon as they hit oxygen, it starts to rust. I do think they got great benefits for women.
Mhm.
But me personally, I don't consume that, my personal self.
Right.
So,
No fruit
you
at
know,
all?
just stuff like that. Yeah, no, it's like sometimes fruit juice, like
Not even
sometimes
an
fruit juice,
orange?
like cranberry juice.
Oh, okay.
Like I drink some orange juice sometimes, only if I know that it's got seasoned pulp. But I don't really like orange juice. I don't like all the acid and stuff like that. So
Well,
no, but I don't
they
really. I don't
pasteurize
think
the
fruit.
orange
I don't think that fruit. I think
unless your
fruit
orange juice
is medicine.
unless your
I
orange
take it
juice
as
is
medicine.
fresh. That's a good way
I
to look at
take
it too as well. That's a really good way to
yeah.
look
I'm
at
saying I take my orange juice as medicine.
Right, right,
If I feel like I need some vitamin
right.
C, I'll drink some orange juice. If I don't
That's what
feel
it
no
is.
cold, no kind of sore throat or nothing like that, I don't even feel no need to drink no orange juice or have no orange juice with no pancakes and syrup in the morning. That's disgusting.
it. I understand. So you just use food like when you get sick,
But let me just say this about
you'll start using this stuff.
Yeah,
I want to get some more
absolutely.
preventative because I feel like health is like insurance. It's like when you need it, if you don't have, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, when you really need it, if you haven't been paying down on it and working on that every day, it's not going to be there for you. So I don't,
But
you know, in
like,
the
see,
long
what I
run,
want
you
to
know,
say is that it's no cookie cutter situation for all people. People have a different metabolism and a different way of gaining the pH balance. Now, everybody got the same set pH balance, like 7.2. That's like premium or prime. But however, we have different ways in which we have to balance it in the body because our metabolism is all different. Some people may be naturally acidic, naturally alkaline, naturally fat, naturally watery, you know. So then those people may not need to consume one or the other of these substances in order to keep the pH balance as much as somebody. And so then you hear people in the health area saying to people like, oh, take this sea moss, oh, take this, it heals with cancer. But I don't even have cancer. And cancer don't run in my family. So then I'm just taking this just to be cool in the community or something. And I'm not having sexual problems, so I don't need no Michael. I'm not having this. So, you know, like, and then how is it interacting with the
Yeah.
other stuff that I do take?
Can y'all hear
Have I even researched?
me?
Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, let's go back to something else from health. I don't want to talk about health on here. I came out here for flat earth or religion or something like that.
I ain't gonna lie.
let's do
Yo,
the
yo,
flat
I ain't gonna lie. Astral
I can
projection.
continue to keep teaching though.
No, astral projections. You was going in, bro. I ain't gonna lie. My audience enjoys that shit.
Okay, well I'll keep teaching. If you want to get into the mechanics of what happens when you put food inside your body, you need to study biochemistry. Biochemistry is the chemical reactions that happen when you consume something. So it's just like the knowledge of when you consume like noodles or rice. Whenever you eat a starch, when you eat it, it turns, well, noodles or rice turn to glucose, which is sugar. For glucose to enter the cell, it needs to tell the body to produce insulin, which is why natural sugars like fructose are a better form of sugar because they don't need insulin to enter to the cell to give you energy. So that's why fruit would be like your best friend. Even though you only use it to heal, you can use it as like an energy drink, or if you're, feeling sluggish throughout the day, get you an orange or, make you some lemonade, lemonade, some lemon and agave or something. Lemon ginger, things like this are natural stimulants for us. And we just have to study them and know how to use them. Again, this knowledge is being ripped away. The same with, all our spiritual knowledge. And
Okay, can I play the devil's advocate?
Of course.
If I was a spirit, if I was the spiritual person and I wanted to play the devil's advocate, being a spiritual person, being a pseudo spiritual person, then I would say this. I would say that in the Bible, symbolically, where Adam and Eve ate, they ate of what? The fruit.
The tree of
Okay,
life.
then they ate of the fruit, the tree of knowledge and good of evil, good and evil. They didn't partake of the tree of life. So now, but it was called the fruit that they ate from this tree, specifically QAT, a khat plant, a part of the opium family. So now, but that's nevertheless, I'm just talking about the symbolism. That's why I said I'm being the devil's advocate and I'm being pseudoscientific. So don't forget all that while we move into this. So let me move on. So now I'm asking, so did Yahshua, the Messiah, answer the disciples? They said, here, eat of this fruit, eat of this drink, and drink of this wine, or whatever. He said, no, I ain't drinking this fruit. I don't eat of this fruit of this world, right? I don't partake of the fruit of this world. So when you see symbolism like that, and as a person being spiritual, would you consider that being part of a person's spiritual diet or whatever, like you doing? When you say you make spirituality part of your diet, is that what you're doing, something like that?
You asked me, am I personally making spirituality part of my diet?
No, you already said that. I'm saying, is that how you do it? Something like that? Like I just said, something like you base the spiritual diet on. Okay, how do you make the diet spiritual and part of your spirituality?
I don't make the diet spiritual. I feel like I fell into a feeling of knowing like this is the way that things are supposed to be, and I just have a feeling like I don't feel like the creator sent me here to kill, like I said, sentient beings for my survival, unless I have to survive. Like if I'm stuck somewhere and I can't grow anything, the end of the seasons, that's usually when you see the sacrifice at the Passover and things like this, the end of the winter seasons. And again, even Easter is the first full moon after March 21st every year. It's completely astrological. That's when these festivals were had, and they would slaughter the lamb like toward the end of the season when all that stuff would be gone. And this is why like when I study ancient astrotheology and things like that, and I see like these people, they didn't live in technology. I'm not going to say that because that's a guess and it can't be proven. We assume that they lived a primitive life. So to them, winter, if you weren't near the equator, you might not make it. So these people, looked at this time as a time of death, you know what I'm saying? And they celebrated when the winter season would end, which would be right about this time, and it's snowing, it's snowing in Ohio. So I definitely understand that. I made my diets. I just feel like this is the way that everything's calculated by design. So I feel like the sun's where it's supposed to be. The moon is where it's supposed to be. Everything is spinning
How
in
you feel
cosmic
about?
rotation, so that way we can breathe this air right now, and our heart can beat in sync with the universe. You see what
Oh,
I'm saying? So, like, I just don't. I feel like other animals that are here having their experience in this realm. I don't feel like I'm just supposed to be taking them out for hunger, for what's the word? What's one of the sins where you eat gluttonous? I feel like that's kind of
oh,
almost
gluttonous.
gluttonous.
Yeah,
You know, gluttonous just to kill frivolously for food. Like,
yeah.
when there are, and then
Wait,
a
but
vegan,
don't.
a meat
Okay,
eater can
let me
say,
ask you
"Hey, you're
something.
killing
What,
plants. You killed the lettuce." Like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
I already knew it. I've been through these arguments, time and time again. Especially like me and my
hey,
mom
but
had this argument for 5 years until her doctor said, "Hey, you're about to die. You have to stop eating meat and dairy."
This is fucked up, man. I can't fucking hear shit.
What's up, Zion? You okay over there? Woosah, man, woosah. Woosah, we go pinch you in and we're gonna get you
Zion crazy.
some Bluetooth headphones or something, okay?
I don't know.
We go all get $1 together. We go get you some Bluetooth headphones or something from the dollar store, man. So you can conversate.
hey, listen though.
Nah,
So
I
wait,
wanted to
before
ask
Zion
you,
jump, okay,
but
go ahead.
as,
Go ahead, Zion.
as I'm talking, I don't know if you guys are hearing me. And then
I'm hearing you now,
my
Zion.
audio
I'll let you know if I'm not, though. I'll wave my hands if I can't hear you.
It's, I got to keep going back through this little view. Is this when you talk about killing animals and stuff like that? The is not life and death a nature?
Everybody mute your mic.
For instance, even in plant life eats from living things that die. So I see how presuming that you're not here to just kill any little animal. That's if you like. All right, so if one animal, for instance, starts to breed and there's nothing to kill it or to keep it balanced, it starts the ecosystem itself. Like, for instance, if you take cats, you can take a cat to Hawaii, it can live freaking detrimental effect to the ice. So there's certain the ecosystem, for instance, things live, some things have to die. There's a balance on having
Yeah, I don't think we're part of that food chain, though.
Reasons that kill each other, and there is a balance that goes on, and I don't see how that's not.
Okay, I respect what you're saying, and you're talking about nature and other animals that chase down their prey. You drive to the grocery store, sir. You don't chase down your prey. The wolf doesn't cook its food. It doesn't add seasonings and spices, create alchemy, add heat, fire, borderline witchcraft and sorcery. That's what I mean. I'm not literally, but what else is witchcraft? You get a cauldron, you start adding some seasonings and spices, and next thing you know,
Hey, that's pseudo. That's pseudo now.
it is pseudo. I'm just making a correlation, though. I'm making a correlation that
I just
this is
want
a
to.
technology.
I got you, bro.
It's a technological. I don't know if I'm saying it right. This is eating and cooking. I feel like it's a technological. It's an advancement that we've made to survive in trying times. I think we were born in a garden, not in a manger. You see what I'm saying? And I think that all came with European, the European mythologies that we're following today.
But
There
see,
are
when you make that statement,
different phenotypes digest foods differently. And Bob was speaking on this earlier. And I think Zion did say something about different ecosystems. You want to eat where your DNA kind of is naturally bio-consistently from. Like they say Mongoloid people and like Germans can break down fermented food better than the African person. Over 80% of African Americans are just naturally lactose intolerant. And the same stuff that's killing us at a higher rate, the white people aren't dying like this from it. You see what I'm saying? So when I'm really just I mean, I'm speaking to all people.
That's a fact.
If you go on my podcast, I mean, on my channel, I have podcasts on health. I did one called "The Keto Diet is Killing Black Men Faster Than Guns." I did one on what's the dude from Apple who they said died because he was a vegan. I broke all of that down, and I found his doctor, and I did a watch video on his doctor breaking down how that was false and how the veganism was probably the reason that he lasted so long. I mean, again, it's to each their own. I'm doing me. I'm not pushing this on anybody. I don't try to be arrogant around people. I'm just the type of person to try to hand you a piece of fruit and know that I feel like I'm doing you a favor versus bringing you a burger. Knowing that I'm causing you high blood pressure, diabetes, colon cancer. It's like, do I want to heal my people or do I want to make them sick? Somebody brought me this lady I kick it with. She gave me 12 2-liters the other day. So I don't want these. I kind of, I kind of felt bad at first. Like, are you trying to kill me? I don't want to put that stuff in my body. But I had to remember she doesn't know any better. But I'm like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to do me more harm than good. And you don't know that, though. I'll get to drinking that, and then my body will start producing mucus. I'll start getting pimples. My body will start trying to push that stuff out of my body. I don't know. If anybody has any questions on health, though, you can ask me something. It's not really much of a debate about the health. People can eat it if they choose to. I can't prove that you're not supposed to, the same way you can't prove that you are supposed to. It's just, it's all up for debate. But if anybody wants to know the benefits or the negative effects of consuming what does to you, I can give you those answers. And if you're looking for alternative sources to get certain vitamins, omega-3s, I already know what that is off the top of my head.
How you feel about the mucus versus acidic argument? Like that mucus is just totally bad, or do you feel like there are certain forms of good mucus in the body?
It's mucus. It's when your mucus is acidic. When your mucus gets acidic, it gets thick and it stagnates in your body, and it's not flowing, which is what you want. You want your lymphatic system to be, you don't want that shit like that. That's what causes gout. So much stuff, man. You just want to maintain a healthy pH is what I'm really want to say. I'm not against mucus. Mucus is a response for everything. Acid is a response for everything. Me just talking to you right now, I'm producing lactic acid. If I do push-ups, we produce lactic acid. Acid is a natural response. Mucus is a natural response. You need mucus. Mucus coats the food to help break it down when you swallow it and it goes down your esophagus. Mucus coats every part. Mucus is most of your body. You have more mucus in your body than you have blood. You have more lymph system than you have. The body's 2/3 lymph fluid. It's not 2/3 blood. You have more lymph fluid in your body than blood. But all the physicians just focus on the blood when you go, let's do your blood work. Let's do your blood work. They don't. The only time they'll put you on an alkaline IV is if you come in with an emergency. They'll straight, boom, alkaline IV, try to get your pH up. And that's one of the first things a nurse does. And then nurses do that, not the doctors. I forgot your question. I'm sorry.
No, you did good. You answered it. It. I felt like you answered it. I was satisfied.
Yep. So I don't feel like you can't get rid of mucus. You will never get rid of mucus. Your lymph system, your lymph fluid is 2/3 of your body. So when people say that, they don't really know. And Dr. Sebi was pushing like a whole alkaline diet, but that's just because we live such an acidic lifestyle from our thoughts to the food we're consuming. So even if I'm eating healthy, if I get on here and get to bickering with y'all,
that doctor said
my blood pressure go right up, and I'm producing the same sodium that I'm avoiding by not putting salt on my stuff. You see what I'm saying? If I get sad, the body produces sugar and pumps it in the bloodstream to calm you down. Your body produces glucose when you get depressed.
Right, yes.
So when you get upset, you produce salt, and when you get depressed or sad, you produce glucose. So our emotions directly affect our health, and people don't realize. I wish more people realize that. So like I said, I can eat healthy all day. If I'm around toxic people, I might as well just go get a burger from Burger King. But like I say, it's all part of my spirituality. I try to be positive and high vibing at all times. I have a clothing line in a company called PVO, Positive Vibes Only. This is my clothing line right here, y'all. Don't worry.
All
You
right.
can check me out on my podcast. But I do a lot, man. I went the entrepreneur route instead of using my degree, but I study this every day still just because I love it. I actually got 3 prison numbers, so I went to go be a personal trainer, and then that's when I started taking all those classes at the community college. So I figured, hey, I can work out, and they'll pay me to go to school to work out. And I took some health classes with it and got my little certifications and stuff. So, but
Hey, but
yeah,
this ain't the time or the place right now. But I would like to build with you on the Dr. Sebi situation. I'm not a Dr. Sebi fan or anything, but I just would like to hear a little bit more of your views on that. You know what I'm saying? But back to the acid and the mucus. Because what I was going to ask you is, so you addressed the mucus. How you feel about the acid? I know you addressed the mucus being acidic. But I'm saying how you feel about the acid part of the argument. Like, for instance, I was giving an example of the acids on the skin that actually eat bacteria and that are healthy for the body. Whereas some people say these things are bad for the body.
your body you have to have acid. Acid is good for your body in certain aspects. You have hydrochloric acid in your stomach. This is what breaks down your food. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Amino acid.
Well, amino acids are a string. That's what proteins are. Proteins are a string of amino acids. A protein isn't like
19 to be exact.
Yeah,
19
22.
proteins.
It's 22 actually.
Well, I know they. Go ahead.
You get
That's
19 when you eat
that's both
meat.
great numbers.
You get a watered down
22 over
rendition.
7 is pi, 19 over 6 is pi, so either one is correct. But go ahead.
The only thing that can produce this string of amino acids is plants through photosynthesis from the sun. Animals don't produce protein. You're getting recycled plant protein when you eat meat, coupled with the uric acid, all the other stuff that's not good for you. So you might as well just go straight to the source. The meat that you eat doesn't eat meat. The gorilla, the biggest animal in the jungle, eats leaves and berries. The rhino, a vegetarian. I mean, and then people can argue DNA, and we can go there. I'm not a skinny person as a vegan.
Too now. He eats insects and grubs. Think that they just eat greens. They eat grubs. They eat insects.
They're not eating other acidic products.
They ain't vegans, yo. They'll pick up a worm and slide that down their gullet.
Petty picking. Like I say, they graze and they'll clear your whole field of the grass. So, if they get a worm in there or two, I'm sure they're not going to throw up. But yeah.
That's funny. I like the way you call it petty pickers, though, cause
they literally. Wait, hold on. No, they literally look for grubs and stuff. It's not that they just.
Okay. It's still a vegetarian.
Vegetables.
I don't think insects are meat.
It happens to be they actually eat grub. They look for it. They don't look for anything. Like, for instance, a dog. A dog might find a plant for medicinal purposes for its stomach or whatever. Animals have a way of finding things that their body needs in order to survive. Gorillas and apes. Apes, large, primates, they don't just eat fruits and berries and happen to have insects involved. No, they look
for insects. So you're comparing insects to cow. Is that what you're doing? I would eat a worm before I ate a cow. Because I'm not getting the hormones. I'm not getting those vaccines that are pumped all into it. I'm not consuming the blood of the animal, which is the soul's essence. I find that really, like, I don't know where I don't know how I came to these conclusions. Like, nobody put these things in my head. It's just, I was studying like sacred geometry at the time. I was vegan. I remember all of that. And I'm like, man, this stuff is too calculated by design. This whole system we're in. Nothing is by accident. You remove one thing from this ecosystem, everything falls apart. You remove one thing from the system up there, everything falls apart. Like everything, everything is balanced on each other. Like, and I'm like, the only thing I just looked at nature. We need to get back to nature. You know, we need to pay attention to nature and get back to nature. So, you know, and use what God gave us to get our food. You guys aren't chasing anything down and biting into it. You know, if you're going to eat meat, do it like the lion does. Chase it down and eat it while it's still alive, while it's still warm. You want that warm blood. Like the animal, a lion won't eat a dead deer. It won't eat an animal that's already dead. It only eats living things that are running and alive. That's all meat eaters. I mean, the pig will eat a bumper. You know, you have animals like that. You're talking about cows eat worms. It's petty picking. They don't eat meat. Gorillas don't eat meat. The rhino doesn't eat meat. They don't kill wolves. They're not hunting birds. They're not going in the river for fish. The bear does. You have one animal. Like I say, you know, I don't know. You know, but like I say, to each their own. I'm not here trying. I didn't come on here to convince anybody to be vegan today. I'm just here
Nah,
answering
you
no
good,
questions.
bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you notice, you ain't had no pushback since you started talking about food.
I definitely haven't. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was mad science. It was nothing there. But I ain't gonna lie. I gotta wrap it up, B. Say your last words. I'm out of here, B.
Appreciate you for having me on here tonight. I'm about to download this and upload it to my channel and put all.
Oh yeah, you can do it. Go ahead.
Yep, so that way all my people get hip to you too. So everybody will be seeing, you know, all y'all tonight. I had a good build with y'all tonight. I like when y'all are respectful and the decorum is good and, you know, the animosity is low, man. So that way we don't look like fools on here.
Facts. Anybody else got something to add? Out of here.
Y'all have a good day,
Peace,
gentlemen.
big crew, brother.
Peace.
Love.
Peace out. Peace out.
Peace.